Welcome to the GIN Weekly Update for the week of Friday, January 29th, 2016. I'm Joel Yeast here with Lindsay Arazo.
Hi, everybody.
And Lindsay will be speaking in just a moment about updates on our current event that's coming up. It's the Leadership Retreat coming up March 4th through the 6th in Cancun, Mexico. So more with Lindsay in just 1 second. A couple of updates for you. If you're in the Houston, Texas area this week, you may have been aware of the public speaking professional certification course that took place this past week. We still have a team in place in Houston for a Saturday personal mastery workshop. Join Brett Labott and Don Boyer for this personal mastery workshop. That's Saturday, tomorrow for most of you, January 30th. For GIN members level 3 and above, look for a special invitation to attend our private panel event in Washington, D.C. That's in Arlington, Virginia, specifically. That's on February 3rd through the 6th. This private event will feature a panel discussion that includes Troy McClain and other leaders of this club. Now, if you're level 3 and above, you should already have an email invitation to this event in your email inbox. If you're interested in attending and did not see an invitation, as always, please let us know by emailing support@globalinformationnetwork.com. Have you ever wondered how to get your business off the ground? What are the first steps? How do I become an effective leader? Where can I find the resources to begin? Or maybe you've already started your business, but you're wondering how you can be more successful. Well, join us for the Business Development Professional Certification in Boise, Idaho on February 11th and 12th. This 2-day event promises to deliver business tools and systems of success to help you develop your business, sales, and marketing skills. International speaker and personal development trainer Brian Tracy says, if you wish to achieve worthwhile things in your personal and career life, you must become a worthwhile person in your own self-development. Now, what does he mean by this statement? Well, simply put, if you want to succeed, you have to believe in yourself. You have to know that you can do it. You have to admit to yourself that you're worth it. You do. You have to admit it. You're worth the investment in yourself. Investing in yourself can be on so many different levels. Now, how can we do that? How do we put ourselves first without being or looking selfish? Well, it's easier than you might think. First of all, you need to let go of this notion of selfishness when it comes to you and your goals and what you want in life and what you want for your family. If you can't be good to yourself, then how can you possibly be good to the people that you love? Right? If you develop your own skills, education, creativity, health, and happiness, then by nature, the people around you will become better as well. That's all part of the feel good now principle. And if you can't feel good now, then try this trick. Fake it until you make it. Ed Foreman calls it the as-if principle. Now, when you act as if you feel good, then you feel good. When you act as if you like yourself, then you will like yourself. So when you look at your life and the decisions that you make for you, know that you're worth that time and effort that you put into you. Invest in yourself first. As you know, we're about to celebrate our leadership retreat in Cancun, Mexico, March 4th through the 6th. Now, we want to tell you some amazing things about this event. On the line, we have Blaine Athorn, our most respected speaker, trainer, and leader in this club. Blaine, you have some exciting news to share with us, right?
Yes, I do, Joel, and I appreciate you having me on this Friday update call. You know, last week I was in Boise, Idaho for a planning and strategy meetings. We were hunkered down for hours and hours and hours with Troy McClain, with David Cohen and members of the Boise staff. We've been having numerous calls and planning meetings with our Chicago team, obviously you included, Joel, and Lindsay Arazo, who is leading the charge to make this leadership retreat Absolutely unforgettable. Leadership Retreat. That is the name of this event. And I want you to think about that. Think about the word leadership. What do leaders do? Leaders take action. Leaders make good decisions. Leaders follow up and follow through on their decisions long after the excitement of the moment passes. Leaders inspire, they uplift, they serve others by creating positive examples that others can follow. But the most important person that you can lead in your life is yourself. To lead yourself on a continuous pathway to be, do, and have all of the things in your life that you truly deserve and desire. So in thinking about our club, in order to understand where we are, it's important to know where we've been and how we started. That's why we're going back to our roots, folks. And when you see and you feel the energy in Cancun, you're going to understand what led us to where we are today. And you'll have a clearer vision of where we are going. And of course, where are you going in the future? And how do we get there together? That's what you're going to be able to leave Leadership Retreat, having clarity of purpose, clarity of vision, and having a clearer pathway to be and do and have those things which you truly desire. Next, we have an action-packed schedule for you in Cancun, and you know what? You did what all leaders do. You just made a decision. I'm going to Leadership Retreat. That's it, period. And many of you don't even know all the special nuggets of gold that we have in store for you. So we're going to start releasing some of those nuggets of gold. First and foremost, we have many speakers that will be on stage, but I'm going to highlight one of them for you right now. It is a special guest speaker, an individual that I have known for 25 years. His name is Brian Dodge, and for nearly 30 years, he has been on the professional speaking circuit, and he has worked with the top trainers on planet Earth. Again, like I said, I've known him for 25 years. He is going to give a very special keynote presentation that I guarantee will help you lock in leadership mentality. Lock in the leadership mentality in your personal and professional life. Secondly, you're going to be hearing from some of your fellow GIN members that just might have what you want and who have been where you are. That's all part of the leadership experience. We said that as GIN grows, leaders will emerge, and you'll be able to learn from your fellow GIN members. So get excited, get motivated, because in the future, you may be one of those individuals gracing the GIN stage, because you have what it takes to be a leader. Now, you're also going to be experiencing a very, very special message from the two individuals that we consider to be our patriarch and matriarch of the Global Information Network, Ed Foreman and Erlene Vining. Some very special training and special messages from Ed and Erlene. And there's so much more, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of a teaser right now. We have a special leadership excursion that has been planned for those of you who are in attendance at the Leadership Retreat that are at the following levels: Level 5 members and Level 5 candidates, Level 6 candidates and Level 6 members, visionaries, founders, inner circle members, sanctioned speakers, and platinums. This is a very special excursion, and I'm not going to share all the details with you. I'm going to soon turn it over to Lindsay Arazo, who has worked tirelessly on some of the major planning and some of the gifts that she is about to share with all of you who have qualified at these leadership levels. But this is a special energy excursion that the Moon Palace Resort and Spa actually charges extra for. But because you're qualified at these respective levels, it's absolutely free to you because GIN is picking up the tab. Why? Because you qualified for it. Why? Because you deserve it. Why? Because you are doing the things that leaders do. So without any further ado, I am going to let Lindsay Arazo and Joel Yeast explain to you this special leadership excursion and how it's going to add energy, vibration, and a clear pathway to be, do, and have all that you desire in your life. Back to you, Joel, and back to you, Lindsay.
Thank you so much, Blaine. Wow, I'm getting the goosebumps even thinking about the upcoming event. As you may know, a few of us went down to the Moon Palace a couple of weeks ago to check out the resort and figure out some of the best venues to be used throughout the entire weekend for various sessions. There was one place that we had the pleasure of visiting at which I was overcome with tranquility, clarity, and just overwhelming beauty. The energy force that I felt at this site was remarkable. And it is one that is in complete alignment with all that we have learned in our training. It took me back to that first GIN event, the beginning of the beginning, right there in Cancun, when there was just a bubble of positivity and excitement that surrounded our GIN family and our ballroom and our faculty that could not be touched. We had a shiny new club, new visionaries, new founders, all wearing new pins, new faculty, a new family. And this new adventure that started at the Ritz-Carlton in Cancun in October 2009 was brilliant, like a precious metal. We could look at it and see ourselves in it. The collective vibration was through the roof. It was amazing. There was no doubt in our minds that we had found our gold. As we all continue to learn and grow as leaders, we can maintain that high vibration and that high shine most of the time. We constantly have to check in with ourselves and recalibrate and train our brains to act like a bobber. And no matter how many times you try to push it down, or a big fish comes along and tries to pull it down from you, it will always rise to the surface. It will always be visible in the water. It's always reliable. For those of you who aren't fishermen, this is what we see in good leaders. They always rise to the top. They are visible and they are reliable. The gold gets some dings in it. It loses its shine, it bends a little bit to one side. It's hard to make out any reflections because it is a bit dull. You can polish it and give it some love, and you can see yourself in it once again. As Blaine mentioned, we have so many leaders in our club. To those leaders, you have continued to generate positive forces around all of us. You are trained to recognize when your gold is a bit dull, and deep down you know that it's still precious metal, and you know that it's still worth the same amount as it always was. And if you cannot get it shining again, you know that you have the knowledge and the power within you to gather resources and do everything that you need to do to get it polished again so that it shines. When we were at this special place in Cancun recently, I felt grounded, like my body was almost an extension of nature. Without all the outside noise, bills, kids, everyday life, our vision becomes very clear. Not literal vision, where you necessarily see exactly where you are going, but that crystal vision, the sense of calm that we have when we trust that no matter where the road of life takes us, we have the strength within to make it an amazing journey. And when you are on a journey, you want to share it with family and friends, and even Joel. So as my family, I want to share that experience with all of you. We want to reward all of you who had depth of vision, those who have emerged as leaders in our club, by helping you to polish your gold so that you can clearly find that vision, that reflection of yourself. It's our pleasure to host a trip again for Level 5 members and candidates Level 6 members and candidates, founders, visionaries, inner circle members, sanctioned speakers, and platinums to the sacred site of the Mayan ruins at Tulum. Tulum was built late in the 13th century during what is known as the Mayan post-classic period. The ruins are an absolutely magical and mysterious place, and with a little imagination and knowledge, the ruins almost become a giant puzzle that is waiting to be pieced together. You will be taken on a guided tour in smaller groups and learn all about it. Not only are the ruins and structures amazing, right, Joel? We had a blast there. This site sits atop a cliff on the sea with gorgeous photo ops. And if you walk down a simple path, you will be standing right on the beach. I checked, and the temperature will be well into the high 80s, amazingly warm while we are there, so don't forget to bring your sunscreen and a towel so that we can all hit the waves. Most importantly, we have a very special segment planned exclusively for these GIN members who qualify to join us. Our mentor and friend, Sifu Stefan Patnod, will lead an energetic healing session right on the grounds of the ruins. This is an amazing opportunity. Stefan will lead the group in self-exploration for inner strength. He will train us through energy work and even a touch of the principles of mental strength that you learn in martial arts on this spiritual ground to search within to constantly reinvent ourselves. We're going back to our club's roots. And with this training with Stefan, you will be brought back to your personal roots as well. It is our pleasure to honor our leaders with this very special energetic balancing exercise and excursion. You are not required to attend, guys. It is not mandatory. We will be sending out an email including some of the details and asking you to opt in and reply by a certain date. We want to be sure that we have enough lunches and buses and guides so that everybody has a perfect time. There will be a deadline again, so if you would like to join us, please be sure to reply on time. Otherwise, when you show up in the morning to get on the bus, we won't be able to allow you on. Opting in is a decision, and leaders make decisions quickly and with confidence. We look forward to sharing this experience with all of you, where our vision becomes focused and we find the gold. Congratulations to all who qualify, and we will see you all in Cancun. This has been the weekly update. Have a fantastic weekend, and we'll see you next time.